Diabetes mellitus is a chronic metabolic disorder characterized by increasing the blood glucose levels. Diabetes mellitus is a word derived from Greek and Latin terms. Diabetes is a word derived from Greek. It means siphon to produce a lot of urine. Mellitus is a word derived from Latin. It means honey having high sugar in urine. In diabetes mellitus, person blood is having high level of sugar for a prolonged period. Diabetes mellitus is characterized by frequent urination, increased thirst, and increased hunger. The difference in between diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus is in diabetes mellitus, blood glucose levels is increases. In diabetes insipidus, glucose levels is increased in water. In diabetes mellitus, sugars are present in urine. In diabetes insipidus, there is a bland urine. Diabetes mellitus controls can be by releasing of hormone insulin from pancreas. It will control the utilization and metabolism of glucose. In diabetes insipidus can be controlled by hormone vasopressin released from the hypothalamus gland and regulates the water retention. Diabetes mellitus can be regulated by pancreatic hormone insulin. It is made by two long chain amino acids. It is mainly released from beta cells of the isolates of Langerhans of pancreatic gland. It will regulate the blood glucose levels and also regulates the metabolism of sugars. Diabetes mellitus occurs due to pancreas not producing the insulin and also the cells which are not responding properly to release the insulin. Diabetes mellitus is classified into three types: type 1 diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes mellitus, and gestational diabetes mellitus. Type 1 based on diabetes mellitus. Type 1 is called as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Type 2 non insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Third one is malnutrition related diabetes mellitus. Another types of diabetes are pancreatic, hormonal, drug induced, genetic and other abnormalities. And second one is impaired glucose tolerance and gestational diabetes mellitus. These are the various classifications of diabetes mellitus by adopted by World Health Organization. Gestational type 1 diabetes mellitus is occurs after 30 years or below 30 years peoples. This is also called as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. It is also called as juvenile diabetes mellitus. The reason for occurring the type 1 diabetes mellitus unknown. The type 2 diabetes mellitus is occurs in the elders and middle aged peoples. It is also called as non-insulin diabetes mellitus. This type of type 2 diabetes mellitus occurs due to lack of physical exercise and overweight. Gestational diabetes mellitus is occurs due to pregnant women who are not having previous history of diabetes mellitus. Impaired glucose tolerance is a state is intermediate between risk group and between diabetes mellitus and normality. These impaired glucose tolerance can be determined by oral glucose tolerance test. The comparison between type 1 and 2 diabetes mellitus is type 1 diabetes mellitus is occurs suddenly. It is most commonly occurs in children's. Body size is normal. Ketoacidosis is common. Autoantibodies are usually present. Endogenous insulin is absent. Type 2 diabetes mellitus is developed gradually. It is most commonly occurs in adults and elder peoples. Obesity is often. Ketoacidosis is rare and endogenous insulin is normal or decreased or increased. In healthy persons, insulin regulates the metabolism and synthesis of insulin. In type 2 diabetes mellitus, pancreas fail to produce the insulin. In type 2 diabetes mellitus, cells fail to respond insulin properly. The difference between type 1 and type 2 and normal diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus is occurs due to different types of reasons. First one is insulin. It is the deficiency in occurs in insulin is occurs due to type 1 diabetes mellitus is occurs due to insulin deficiency. In type 2 diabetes mellitus is occurs due to insulin partial deficiency and person is suffered with pancreatic disorders like inflammation, neoplasm and cystic fibrosis. Some persons are having low level of abnormal insulin release due to defect in formation of insulin and also in some type of agents or diseases causes destruction of beta cells in viral and chemical agents due to decreasing in the insulin sensitivity due to number of adipocytes and monocytes attached to the receptors can be decreases and occurs due to defects in genetic. Another risk factors for type 2 diabetes mellitus is age, family history, ethnicity, physical activity, overweight, high fat and lower fiber content, urbanization, low birth weight, and risk factors for type 2 diabetes mellitus is classified into two types modified risk factors and non modified risk factors. Modified risk factors are obesity, physical activity, metabolic factors like insulin glucose tolerance and insulin fasting glucose levels. And non modified risk factors are genetic factors, age, and ethnicity. Host related factors are age. These diabetes mellitus is occurs at all age of peoples and occurs at any age. Due to malnutrition, young people are also suffered with these diabetes mellitus. Both males and females are easily affected by diabetes mellitus when compared to the females. Males are highly affected. Genetic factors like HLA-B8 and HLA-B15, HLA-DR3 and DR4 are responsible for producing diabetes mellitus. In among those, HLA-DRE3 and DR4 is more responsible for diabetes mellitus due to defective in immune system and obesity causes most probable of type 2 diabetes mellitus. And also maternal diabetes is occurs to the offsprings. It is associated with intrauterine growth retardation, and children are born with low birth weight. Some environmental factors are also reducing diabetes mellitus. There are sedentary lifestyles causes type 2 diabetes mellitus due to lack of physical exercise, and also diet containing high saturated fats causes impaired glucose tolerance, and also by taking high unsaturated fatty acids in diet, avoid type 2 diabetes mellitus. Malnutrition in young people causes diabetes mellitus in early stages, and also people taking alcohol, and also people suffering with mumps and rubella. Chemical agents like alloxone, streptozone, cyanides, and stress occurs due to environmental factors causes type 2 diabetes mellitus. Another factors are type of diet taken, and dairy diet intake, and dairy fat content, glycemic load, fast food intake, soda intake, and alcohol intake causes diabetes mellitus. The major signs and symptoms are hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia, polyuria, polydipsia, and polyphagia, fatigue, blurry vision, slow healing of cuts and bruises, weight loss, tingling, pain, and numbness in hands and feet. The major signs and symptoms of diabetes mellitus is weight loss, increased urination, increased thirst, and increased hungry. The diagnostic test for diabetes mellitus is by measuring the blood glucose levels in fasting, and after taking by oral glucose tolerance test, auto antibody test like HbA1c test, blood glucose levels after fasting and post and random test, urine sugar test. Another tests are physical examination, blood glucose levels, urine analysis containing sugars, proteins, and albumins, HbA1c tests, insulin, kidney function tests, and echo tests. Oral glucose tolerance test is measure the body to ability to metabolize the glucose. This is the most common test for done in gestational diabetes. The patient is asked to take glucose drink, their blood glucose levels taken, measure that before and after taking of glucose drink. The standard glucose tolerance test you should drink 75 grams or 100 grams. Before taking of sugar drink, the person is having no food or drink up to 8 hours to 10 hours. After time period completed, you can drink the glucose, and after 2 hours measure the blood glucose levels. It can be compared with normal ranges below 100 mg for DL. There is no diabetes mellitus, and the blood glucose levels are lies in between 100 to 125 mg for DL. It will indicate patient is near to or suffered with pre-diabetes. If the blood glucose levels is above 125 mg for DL, it is suffered with diabetes mellitus. Based on the oral glucose tolerance test, he will diagnose the diabetes. Another tests are auto antibody test. In the test, body of the person is having four types of antibodies: isolates of cell antibodies, auto antibodies to glutamic acid decarboxylase GAD65, and insulin auto antibodies to IAA and IA2A. These are the four types of antibodies present in the type 1 diabetes mellitus used for biomarkers for diabetes. Autoantibody test: mix the patient blood with fluorescence detection antibodies. If the autoantibodies are present, the patient is suffered with diabetes mellitus, and then there is no antibodies present in the sample. Patient is absent for diabetes mellitus. Based on the A1C test results, hemoglobin, glycolated hemoglobin content. Glycolated hemoglobin is a form of hemoglobin that is linked with sugar. It requires 1 to 36 months. The normal HbA1c ranges is 5.7 percentage. In pre-diabetic, the range is 5.7 to 6.4. In diabetic condition, A1C test results are above or equal to 6.5 percentage. The normal or diagnostic criteria for diabetes is in fasting blood glucose levels are after plasma glucose levels after 2 hours are below 126 mg per dl or 200 mg per dl. Impaired glucose tolerance test is fasting plasma glucose levels and after 2 hours plasma glucose is below 126 mg per dl, after 2 hours 140 mg per to 200 mg per dl. Impaired fasting glucose levels are fasting plasma glucose levels are 110 to 125 mg per dl, and after it measured 2 hours, plasma blood glucose levels are 140 mg per dl. After 2 hours, patient is taking 75 grams of oral glucose load after it can be measured. The herbal drugs are play an important role in treatment of diabetes mellitus is acacia, acaranthus, allium sativum, allium sapa, Azadirachta indica, Tinospora cordifolia, cinnamon, bittermelon, fenugreek, and gymnema. Prevention of diabetes mellitus involves three levels: primary level prevention, and secondary level prevention, and tertiary level prevention. In primary level prevention involves two types of approaches: population strategies and high risk strategies. In population strategies, giving directions to the whole populations irrespective of individual risk levels, and eliminating the risk factors which are associated with diabetes mellitus, and maintaining the normal body weight, and regularly take exercise, and taking adequate quantity of proteins, and diet containing high unsaturated fatty acids, and avoid sweet foods. Secondary prevention involves the major aim of secondary prevention is maintain the blood glucose levels as close to normal. The treatment mainly involves based on the diet, and also diet with oral anti-diabetic agents, and diet plus insulin based on the patient condition, using either diet or diet plus oral anti-diabetic agents or diet plus insulin. In secondary prevention, some parameters can be regularly checked. Blood pressure can be monitoring, and also blood glucose levels can be monitoring, and urinary analysis of proteins and ketone bodies can be analyzed, and regularly maintain the visual activity and physical activity, and to control the weight. And feet should be examined for blood circulation, and examined for loss of sensation, and estimate the glycosylated hemoglobin, and maintain self care, and measure the blood glucose levels at home. The Doppler ultrasound probe is used for determine the foot blood examination at blood circulation of the foot. This It is an invasive method used for measure the blood circulation to the vascular blood vessels. It is frequently used to determine the frequency and flow pattern of lower limb arterial by using Doppler ultrasound probe. This is fatal Doppler in home blood glucose measurement using some equipments or glucometers are using hemogluto test strips. These are glucometers. Tertiary prevention. This is the last stage of prevention of diabetes mellitus. The major objective of tertiary prevention is establishment and organization of clinics and units at towns and cities to diagnose and management skills for high order. The common preventive measures for diabetes is regularly taking exercise, control the fast foods, and avoid drinking of alcohol, and eating healthy and fruits, vegetables, and high polyunsaturated fatty acids. If in case of patient is suffered with any one symptom, immediately consult the doctor and regularly check the blood glucose levels.